What's going on, everybody? It is your boy Baddog back with a quick lunchtime video. Once again, I just want to say at the beginning of the video, man, if you guys could do me a favor, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I will follow you back. I'm trying to grow both of those pages. Both of the links to my Twitter and Instagram are in the description. So if you guys could follow me on both of those formats, I'll follow you back, and I will greatly appreciate it. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, I hope that you would do that as well. Make sure to ring the bell notification so you know when I drop a video or go live at any time. And again, sorry about the quality of the video, man. Just trying to do this on lunch, trying to knock out a video. I want to talk about the Giants and Niners going into Sunday. Now, last week I came out here, I proclaimed that the New York Giants are going to win. I guaranteed it. Well, I ain't going to do that this week. I like how people are like, you jinxed the Giants. I'm like, really? You know, we're 12-38 in our last 50 games. We've won 24% of our games in the last 3+ years. You think that me guaranteeing a win jinx the Giants? Come on, guys. Let's be realistic here. Obviously, both teams got beat up with massive injuries. The 49ers lost Nick Bosa for the entire season with a torn ACL. Garoppolo is not playing in this game. Mostert's not playing in this game. So, obviously, they have lost some big pieces as well. We all know about Saquon Barkley tearing his ACL, the Giants signing Devonte Freeman. I didn't do a video on that because I kind of figured when I did the video about him coming in, I thought that was kind of a foregone conclusion. I guess I could have done a video on it, but I kind of mentioned in the video. I don't know what Devonte Freeman's going to be. He had a couple really good seasons with Atlanta a couple years back, in 2015 and 16. Again, he had the injury in 2018 and had a kind of an okay season last year. But again, he's going behind a really bad offensive line. But you know what? It's funny. Perhaps Saquon Barkley's running, and it's very strange to say this because Saquon Barkley's probably the most talented running back in the league. And we all love Saquon Barkley. Giants fans love Saquon Barkley. But sometimes maybe his running style is not really accustomed to, or whatever. It doesn't mesh with our blocking schemes. We saw Deion Lewis actually had a little bit more success. Seemed like the Giants actually moved the ball a little bit better with Deion Lewis. Maybe Devonte Freeman comes in here and his running style attributes the way the line blocks. I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see. Devonte Freeman was obviously out there, so we'll see what he does with the New York Giants his first week here, but he's obviously going to get some carries, I would imagine. But like I said, both teams are really beat up. The fact that they have their backup quarterback in there and our defense has played pretty well, completely shut down Mitch Trubisky, forced a couple turnovers in the second half of the game against the Bears, makes me believe that we do have a chance in this game. Now, the Niners obviously were projected as one of the best teams in the NFC going into this season, but obviously injuries play a major part in this. They don't have their best pass rusher in Nick Bosa, which should alleviate some of the pass rush on Daniel Jones. At least that's what we're hoping. This game is in MetLife Stadium, so obviously that does help us out big time. We're not traveling across the country. So we have an advantage there as well. I don't think that the Niners are really going to get away from us in this game. I feel like the Giants can keep this close, and I'm going to preach this all season long. As long as we don't turn the ball over, we should be in good shape. Now, Daniel Jones has turned it over 4 times in the first 2 games. He's got to cut back on that, but we've definitely seen flashes of it. The last 3 drives against the Bears were very good. The Giants need to build off that. They need to do more of that. The 95-yard touchdown drive is an amazing drive. Definitely the best drive of this season by far. Maybe the best drive the Giants have had in a couple of years. But it was really good to see that. And again, I really don't know what to expect. I mean, every week, I come out there. I always feel like we have a chance to win. I mean, even though I picked us to go 6-10, guys are like, we're not expected to win this game. We're not expected to win it, so who cares if we lose? But if you're in the middle of the game and you're in the game, like you're right in it, and it's close, I feel like we should have a chance to win no matter what was predicted before going into the game. As Chris Berman used to say, that's why they play the games. You don't win the games on paper, you win it on the field. If the Giants can go out and execute and play better than the 49ers, we have a chance to steal a win here. And again, with their backup quarterback in there, not that I'm a big fan of Jimmy Garoppolo, but, Nick Mullins, we played him a couple years ago. We did barely beat them a couple years ago. And, we'll see what happens in this game. I do feel like the Giants have a decent chance to get this done. Lord knows we need it. They got to come out there. They got to play with desperation. They got to get a win. They got to learn how to win games. They got to get a winning culture. They got to get a positive attitude because I'm telling you, confidence goes a long way in professional sports. There's no doubt about that. And also, our division is complete junk. Like, this division's bad. I know Cowboys fans are high in the hog after coming back and beating the Falcons, but you gave up 39 points to the Falcons. They had no business winning that game. Tells you that they're not a very good team either. So they're 1-1. Washington beat Philadelphia, who's a train wreck over there. They want Wentz out of there. They're talking about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Reagor's hurt. Which doesn't surprise me either. Sterling Shepard's also hurt for us, and this just goes back to what I've said for years, Big 12 receivers don't pan out in the NFL. They're very weak. They get injured a lot because they don't get hit in the Big 12. They just don't. They run free down the middle of the field. They run for 70-yard touchdowns. Nobody's knocking a Big 12 receiver's block off. So unless you have an extraordinary skill set like a Des Bryant or a C.D. Lamb, you're usually not going to survive. We saw it with Josh Doxson. We see it with Corey Coleman. We see it with Sterling Shepard. We see it with Jalen Reagor now. We saw it with Denzel Mims already. Saw it with Ryan Broyles. I mean, the list goes on of Big 12 receivers that were really good in the Big 12 and came out here and haven't been good. So, you know, it is what it is. But the Eagles are a mess. The Giants are a mess. Washington beat Philadelphia, then they got crushed by Arizona. And again, Dallas, for all intents and purposes, should be 0-2. They did get the W. Give them credit for that. They came back. Dak had a big game. Give them credit. But let's face it, they were outplayed for most of that game by a team that's inferior to them on paper, as far as I'm concerned, in the Atlanta Falcons. So this division is still up for grabs, and the Giants got to find a way to win a game. I mean, we've talked about this. Everybody in the division is talking about this. The winner in this division could be 7-9, and that's legitimate. That could legitimately happen. Giants got to find a way to win this game. Well, I said I think that we're going to lose when I did the predictions. Obviously, things have changed. Like I said, no Jimmy Garoppolo, no Nick Bosa, no Mostert. There's a lot of their players that are hurt. And I don't think Sterling Shepard makes that big of a deal to us. I'll be honest, I was a big Sterling Shepard fan when he drafted him. A huge fan of him out of OU. Been a complete and utter letdown. Been a real disappointment. I mean, he has really let me down. He's been really bad for the Giants. I mean, he's been inconsistent. He's had a good game here, good game there. It reminds me of Ruben Randall. He's very Ruben Randall-esque, just more injury prone than Ruben Randall. So, you know, that wasn't good. It didn't pan out. But again, I think if the Giants can come out there, I think if they can run the ball, I think if we can get some pressure on Nick Mullins and cause some turnovers, that we definitely have a chance to win this game. No doubt about it. It's not going to be easy. Niners defense is still very tough. We still have a very young offensive line, a new offensive line trying to work together. Nick Gates playing out of position, and they're still trying to figure out this new system. And, you know, like I said, I think the Giants are going to be in this game. I don't think that we're getting blown out. The Niners ain't going to win this game like 31-10. That's not happening. I think this will be a low-scoring, ugly game. At the end of the day, I think that the team that turns it over less is going to win the game. I think the team that wins the turnover battle wins this game. I think it's very even now with the Niners' injuries. And I'm hoping like hell that the New York Giants can pull this out. I want to see Daniel Jones have a bounce-back game. I want to see him do what he did in the second half against the Bears and not turn the ball over, have some good drives, build that confidence, get the running game going a little bit somehow, some way, find a way to run, get some confidence in our offensive linemen that they can run block, that we can get some yardage, that we can convert third downs, and that we can control the time possession. These are things that are going to end up winning us the game. If we can do those things, we can beat the Niners. There's no doubt about that. But it ain't going to be easy, and the Niners are still a good team, even with the injuries. That's all I got in this video, guys. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed it. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, and I'll see you later tonight. Bad Diggity Dizzle, and I'm gone. Peace!